All right, buckle up everybody, because today we are diving deep into something pretty unique. Rooftop Screamers.
Rooftop Screamers.
And this is not just another band.
No.
This is more like a musical collective.
Yeah.
A studio project.
Yeah.
Where the mastermind behind it all is a guy named Mike Collins. And he brings in different musicians and producers.
Right.
For every track.
For every single track. It's a really fascinating concept. What I think is so cool about that approach is it allows Rooftop Screamers to kind of constantly evolve their sound, bring in different styles, different genres, blend things.
Right.
But it still has this core vision from Mike.
Exactly. And speaking of Mike's vision, we have to talk about their brand new single, My Sanity.
Yes.
Dropped January 24th, 2025.
Very recently.
Yeah. This song is an emotional roller coaster. It deals with some pretty heavy stuff, escaping a toxic relationship, dealing with gaslighting and finding the strength to reclaim your sense of self.
Yeah, and they really, they went all out for this track. They brought in Randy McStine to do the vocals.
Okay.
And people might know him from his work with the legendary prog rock band Porcupine Tree.
Now that's a name. That's going to get some prog fans excited.
Yeah.
I think.
Definitely.
And to make sure that the sound is absolutely top-notch, they brought in producer Mark Plati.
Oh, yeah.
Who has worked with David Bowie.
Yeah. The Cure.
The Cure.
Robbie Williams.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, the list goes on and on.
I mean, the talent on this track is incredible.
Like top tier. And the song itself, My Sanity, is being described as this synth-driven rock anthem with serious emotional depth.
I love that description, synth-driven rock anthem.
Yeah.
Because it is an anthem, but it's so much more than just like a catchy tune.
Yeah.
You can feel the emotion pouring out of every note.
For sure.
They've woven in these electronic textures with more traditional instruments, creating a really unique sonic landscape.
And it really grabs you right from the start. That intro is so powerful. You've got these atmospheric synth, creates this spacious feeling, crisp percussion that keeps everything grounded. It just pulls you right in.
And the way this song is structured is so clever.
Yeah.
Because the verses are pretty minimal.
Yeah.
Almost sparse.
Yeah.
Which really builds the tension.
It does.
And then it explodes into these huge anthemic choruses.
Anthemic choruses, yeah.
And by the way, when we say anthemic, we mean those big sing-along choruses that just stick with you.
Yeah.
Make you want to pump your fist in the air kind of thing.
You're driving down the highway, windows down, singing along at the top of your lungs.
Yes.
It's like the music itself is mirroring that journey of the lyrics, right? Yeah. You're moving from this feeling of being trapped to this sense of breaking free. And the production on this song is just incredible. Like every single instrument, every single vocal track is crystal clear.
Yes.
It's like you're right there in the studio with them.
Absolutely. And they play with the dynamics, using these subtle drops and layers. You never quite know what's coming next, but it all just fits together.
It all fits perfectly. It makes sense perfectly. And those shimmering synths?
Oh, yeah.
They add this almost ethereal, otherworldly quality to the sound. It's like painting a picture of a world beyond the pain and confusion.
Okay, shimmering synths. So for those of us who aren't synth experts, we're talking about those bright, almost twinkling electronic sounds that give the music this feeling of depth and space.
Exactly. And then you have those driving rhythms that just propel the song forward.
Yes.
Give it this unstoppable energy. And the interplay between the guitar and keyboard is just masterful. It creates this really vibrant texture.
And let's talk about Randy McStine's vocals.
Oh, yes.
I mean, wow. His voice is so rich and expressive. He delivers these lyrics with such raw emotion.
It's truly remarkable. And it's so interesting how his delivery kind of evolves throughout the song.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, he starts with this haunting vulnerability in the verses, almost like he's trapped in this web of manipulation and self-doubt.
Yes. You can hear the pain and the confusion in his voice.
Absolutely. But then as the song builds toward those explosive choruses, his voice transforms.
Yeah.
It becomes this powerful, defiant force. Like he's embodying that moment of breaking free, reclaiming your own truth.
It's like he's literally singing himself out of that darkness and into the light.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's so powerful. And speaking of powerful, the overall atmosphere of the song is incredible.
I was just thinking that.
Oh.
It starts with this feeling of loneliness, isolation, almost like being lost in a fog.
Yes. But as the song progresses, it becomes more and more expansive. You can really sense this shift from darkness to light, from despair to hope. By the end, it feels triumphant, almost celebratory.
It does. It's like you've come through this incredible journey with the music.
And it all comes back to that idea of reclaiming your sense of self. The lyrics, the vocals, the structure of the song, it all works together to create this experience of breaking free from a toxic situation and finding your own strength.
So for our listeners, what do you think is the key takeaway from My Sanity?
I think it's a reminder that we all have the power to overcome challenges in our lives, to break free from situations that are holding us back, and to rediscover our own worth. And music like this can be such a powerful tool for that journey.
I couldn't agree more. This isn't just a song, it's a statement. Yeah, it really makes you think about how music can help us, process our own emotions.
Absolutely.
And find strength in these shared experiences.
For sure. And I think what's really exciting about Rooftop Screamers is they're not just creating this, incredible music, but they're also pushing the boundaries of what it means to be a band in the 21st century.
Right. And we touched on this earlier, that whole collective approach.
Yeah.
Bringing in different musicians and producers for each track. It's such a cool concept.
It's a really fascinating concept. And I think it kind of speaks to a broader trend that we're seeing in music right now, where collaboration and experimentation are becoming more and more important.
So how does this collective approach actually work in practice?
Yeah.
Do they have a core group of musicians, or is it completely fluid?
Yeah, it's a great question. From what I've read, it seems like Mike Collins is really the driving force behind the project. He's the creative visionary. He comes up with the initial concepts for the songs, and then he handpicks the musicians and producers that he feels will be the best fit.
So it's almost like he's curating these musical experiences,
Yeah.
bringing together these diverse talents to create something truly unique each time.
Exactly. And I think that's really what makes Rooftop Screamers so special. You never know what to expect, but you can always be sure that it's going to be interesting and thought-provoking.
Yeah, it's like each song is its own little world with its own unique atmosphere and its own unique sound.
Absolutely. And they're not afraid to take risks, experiment with different genres, different styles.
My Sanity is a perfect example of that. It's got elements of rock, electronic music, even a little bit of prog in there.
Yeah.
And it all just comes together seamlessly.
It does. It really does. And it speaks to his vision, Mike Collins' vision, and his ability to bring together the right people to execute that.
Rooftop Screamers is definitely a project to watch. I have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot more from them in the years to come.
I agree. I think they're pushing boundaries and creating music that really resonates on a deep level.
Well, My Sanity is definitely resonating with me.
Yeah.
What an incredible song. Be sure to check it out, listeners. Links are in the show notes. And be sure to explore the world of Rooftop Screamers. You won't be disappointed.
It's been a pleasure unpacking this amazing musical journey with you today.
And a huge thank you to Dulaxi for sponsoring this deep dive.
Okay.
We couldn't do it without you. Until next time, keep exploring and keep listening.